Pep Guardiola, 15 years as a manager. 12 of those seasons are now currently under scrutiny in some way, shape, or form. Not due to him. There's no accusation that Pep Guardiola himself has broken any rules, committed bribery, any corruption, any match fixing, financial doping. And I want to make that very, very clear. But if Barcelona are found guilty of match fixing, etc., over the last 2 decades, if City were also to be found guilty of financial doping, even in the early days to build this foundation, do you think this damages Pep Guardiola's legacy in terms of the 29 trophies, the trebles, the three-peats that he has won in those 12 or 15 years as a manager? Do you think it damages his legacy at all if there's a guilty verdict for either of these teams?
I mean, with this beard I currently have, I'm looking like, the Arab Fidel Castro. So I have to speak for the people currently. So for the people of football, this is madness. First and foremost, this is crazy. From the Barcelona thing, the whole match fixing scandal. We saw what happened with Juve as well. They got their title stripped to them. They got relegated to the second division. It happened. When I was quite young when it happened. I was about 10, 11 years old, and Juventus got relegated to the Serie B. That title was stripped to them. So when it comes to stuff like that, these things have happened in football before, and it's happened globally across the sport. It's not something that's a one-off. These things do happen in football. Now, as when it comes to Pep's legacy, I think definitely it affects Pep's legacy, even though he wasn't involved in it personally. He still was the manager of said team who were involved in these things. So of course it affects him 100%. And the reality is, look, with the City situation, with the Barcelona situation, I mean, with Bayern Munich, like, us three could manage Bayern, we'd still win the league. We saw it last season. Like what happened, they changed manager mid-season and still ended up winning that league. So that league's been a joke since Klopp left it. So for me, like, I'm not shocked whatsoever that you do well in Germany. But when it comes to Manchester City, when it comes to Barcelona, those are two different topics. I mean, we remember there is no. I'm not gonna start a controversy, but we all.
His internet is gone.
No, Barcelona just shut him down because he's talking shit.
I'm intrigued to know what it is he's gonna say here. But I don't know where it's gone. It looks like his internet has completely crashed there, and he's gone in. Pay your bills, John says here. I think it's an interesting one for me because
it's if some people, maybe so. When if they're found guilty, does it do this? If they're found guilty, but what happens if they're found not guilty? And what happens if Man City are found not guilty? Then he's pest. That Pep Guardiola, right? He's got no control over accountancy at Barcelona. So if someone in the Barcelona boardroom has paid someone 7 million, how does he know that? Do you know what I mean? He doesn't know that. So at the end of the day, he's got to go in work every day at 8 a.m., get up, coach the team, get them ready, go home, think about the team, coach, make decisions, look after players, do this, go on the pitch, play 11v11, do that. He's done his job. So if the club is found guilty, then the club takes it on the chin. Because if you're blaming Pep Guardiola and going to tarnish his legacy, surely that's Lionel Messi's legacy finished as well, is it?
But mate, I agree. Listen, Lionel Messi has done more than just, he hasn't done much outside of Barcelona, but World Cup, yes. Did nothing at PSG. And of course, he didn't do too much. I mean, let's put everybody back where they were before the internet went down. I'll come back to your question in a minute. I want to go back to what Sam was saying, then we'll jump in.
Yeah, can I just carry on? Sorry, can you guys see me and hear me properly? Yeah, we all remember the infamous Barcelona-Chelsea game as well in 08-09, where it was like the infamous Drogba clip of, it's a disgrace. And with the City thing, look, we all know, even when me and Steve had the conversation last time, as soon as he admitted City hit the jackpot, that's it, I won the debate. So for me, I look at this situation.
How did you win the debate?
100%.
City won the jackpot. You came on talking about
Steve,
Man City.
Let's not open up that debate again.
No, listen.
Every neutral that doesn't support City thought I won the debate.
12-year-old virgins in the bedroom who don't know anything about football will always side with an idiot. That happens in villages. You know, when you see the village idiot, everyone feels
sorry. What does that have to do with Man City?
because you're an idiot. So at the end of the day, if you want to go on and talk shit,
I'm
then
so
the
happy
people
I
that talk
offended you
shit
that much. You
will
insult me
always
personally.
be drawn to the village idiot, innit? So at the end of the
Yes,
day,
I'm
it's
so
natural.
happy you've insulted me personally. That doesn't
It's
change the
natural.
fact that your club
It's
is
natural.
built on
Listen,
money.
you come out with
No
nonsense,
history,
you get
no
spoke to with
foundation,
nonsense,
no
innit?
nothing. It's just built
Come
on
out with
money.
nonsense, you get
It
spoke
could
to
have
with
been
nonsense.
Spurs,
innit?
it could have been Newcastle, it could have been Everton.
But it wasn't.
Like,
It wasn't.
nothing.
It was us.
Why
It was
do you
us.
think three-quarters of the league want you to win the league? Why do you think everyone wants you to win the league?
It was us.
Why do you
We
think
won
everyone
the
wants
league.
you to win the league? Because it doesn't matter.
We won the
The
treble.
next day we don't give a fuck. So let me just carry on. Anyway, when it comes to Pep Guardiola, I'll never insult Steve personally, you know, but
you can insult me all you want. I don't care.
So when it comes, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. I'm not Sheikh Mansour, you know. You don't have to be mad at me. So when it comes to Manchester City and what Pep Guardiola has done over there, I mean, look, they have built something around Pep Guardiola. Like, we've already given City credit many times for being well run and the decisions that they've made around Pep, because not all signings have been expensive, but they have spent the second most or the most money in the league, I believe, in the last 10 years. I think alongside Man United, it is. I think it's either 1 and 2, like whichever. So they have spent a whole lot of money. And look, when it comes to Pep Guardiola, we already know how City spent money at the start. We already know how they built their foundation to get to the levels of the Uniteds and the Liverpools and the Arsenals and etc. The start was the problem. So you know, you can claim sustainability now, but if you started based on fraudulence, then it doesn't matter. Your foundation
you got evidence of that. Yeah, you got evidence of that.
Yes.
You go on, and where's the evidence?
My intellect.
Well,
my common sense.
You've just shown your intellect. You've just shown your intellect, because there's people out there who've been in courtrooms and not seen the evidence, but you, Hussam, has got evidence.
Yes, of course. We all have evidence.
Remember the money you spent at the start? It's not salt, because your greatest ever Liverpool team will always be remembered to finish second to Pep Guardiola.
He loves deflecting. He'd make it about Liverpool again. So what do you want to talk about Liverpool?
Hold on a minute. I'm not allowed to talk about your team, but you can talk about my team. Is that what we're saying?
No, but see, this is your problem. You're insulting me. You're making it a me versus you thing when we're just talking about City. Just respond when it comes to Man City. So at the start, the Robinho, the Joe, the Benjani, when you were spending money back then, you're going to act like that was how much money City made? Was that City's yearly revenue?
FFP wasn't around then, mate, so we could spend what we want.
Exactly. So what did I say? So you've just proven my point.
When you buy a business, if you buy a business and you're 8th, 9th in the league and you want to get to the top, you've got to spend money, mate, because we were a shit show.
Okay, so we agree then. So your foundation was what? Built on money. So why are you angry then?
Everybody's foundation's built on money. Anyone that wants to get to the top is built on money.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
All right. But you just sound a bit jealous and a bit, you know, salty because, you know, your greatest Liverpool team will always be remembered to come in second to this Man City team.
My greatest Liverpool team done more than your greatest City team. I don't know what you're
Why? What did you do? What did you do? What did your
We dominated Europe and England. Late 70s, early 80s.
You weren't even born, you clown. What are you talking about?
Didn't you say greatest Liverpool team?
Yeah, that you've seen. Let's
talk
about what we've seen with our eyes.
I have to see it in order for it to be the greatest Liverpool team.
Do you want me to start talking about the 1903 team that won the FA Cup 64 years before
you? Talk about it. I don't mind.
No, because I'm not that sad. This is what I'm saying. This is the level of conversation we're bringing it to.
Your history.
I'm a real football fan, mate. I watch it with my eyes. I go home, away. I don't talk about things that happen that I wasn't born about. I don't bring that shit up. I talk
a
about
mailbox doesn't print money.
You want to talk about Manchester City now? I'm talking about it. But then when you mention Liverpool, you're not allowed to talk about Liverpool. It's all, you know what I mean?
I never said you're not allowed to talk about Liverpool. I never said that. I never said you're not. First of all, let's get something straight here. You're the one that's insulting me. I haven't said a single bad word to you right now, and my tongue is a lot worse than yours. So if I start insulting you, it gets a lot worse. That's number one.
Number two, in my inbox every day.
Number two,
people like you, clowns.
This Terry started the show by asking about Man City. If Terry started by talking about Liverpool and Spurs, and he asked you, I'm not going to go like, so when it comes to Manchester City, yeah, but the topic's City and Pep and the corruption. So what the fuck you want me to talk about? Tottenham Hotspur? Like, what am I supposed to talk about?
You're talking about Manchester City.
I'm answering the question.
You've got no evidence. You've got no evidence.
Okay. You literally agreed with what I said. So I don't understand the problem here. When you were first bought, did you not spend the shitload of money to get to the top?
Yeah, but it was allowed because you was allowed to because there was no FFP.
I understand that, Steve, but that's not the point. But did you spend that money? Right. Did you spend it?
So what's your point then?
Okay, so you spent the money. And then when FFP was in place, you continued spending money at that level. And now, like, for example, just recently, the COVID season, when COVID happened, City apparently made more revenues than Barcelona, than Real Madrid, than Manchester United around the globe. And I'm supposed to believe that that's not fishy, that that's not crazy. Like, I have every right to think that Man City's is the money is insane.
You can
because
believe what you want, but until you prove it, it's all pie in the sky.